Thank you so much, Hena. Good to see you too.
I see 730 on your t-shirt. I'll talk to you about that in a moment. The first question I want to start with and ask is how you're doing.
It's always the most difficult question that we get. I think any person who has lost a loved one, particularly in I can only speak in my case, to lose a child and in such a violent, horrific, very public way, is every single second is it's with me. And that's a challenge that I will be carrying with me for the rest of my life, and trying to juggle also acknowledging and realizing that I'm blessed. I have other blessings in my life. And so I try to figure out how to navigate those very extreme, diametrically opposed experiences.
Rachel, you're one of the most courageous person I've ever interviewed. October 3rd was your son's birthday. Hersh would have turned 25. At the same time, hostage families could soon be reuniting with their loved ones after 2 agonizing years. Again, you have that 730 number tape on your shirt. How do you hold on to grief and yet hope in the same moment?
Well, I think that we thankfully have been imbued with these incredible, dexterous characteristics that human beings can, at the same time, I say all the time, I am experiencing supreme suffering and I can laugh. I can experience the void of my eldest child and only son, Hersh, in this profoundly deep, painful way. And at the same time, feel blessed that I have these 2 vivacious, wonderful daughters. I can inhale and feel excruciation, and I exhale and I actually feel blessed at the same time. And those are abilities that human beings have been endowed with.
You have spent 2 years traveling around the world fighting for the hostages and their families. We've had you on the show. We've been lucky enough to have you on the show several times. How are you feeling today, knowing that Prime Minister Netanyahu says the hostages could be released in just a couple of days?
Well, there's overwhelming hope and prayer and optimism on the streets. There is extreme gratitude to President Trump, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Mideastern Advisor Jared Witkoff for their tireless, creative, determined, steadfast, relentless efforts that really galvanized what we're seeing. And on the other hand, we're extremely careful because, as you and I have discussed in the past, you don't count your chickens before they hatch. All the more so, you don't count your hostages until they are in your arms and you are hugging them and they are alive. And if, God forbid, they're not alive, that you have them back to give them a proper and respectful burial. So until those things happen, people are really holding their breath here.
I think that's a good point. We've talked about this. We've been down this road before. You've been a constant voice for those who cannot speak, the hostages, the bereaved parents like yourself. What's the single message you want the negotiators meeting in Egypt to hear right now from the families of these hostages?
I think that, first of all, we want to say thank you to the people who are, for the proper interests, getting this done. We have waited 730 days. This is, remember, Hena, we've talked about this as well. The people who were taken on October 7th, the 251 people taken, were Christians, Jews, Muslims, Hindus, and Buddhists representing 39 different nations. This also has resulted, of course, in thousands and thousands of innocent civilians in Gaza suffering horrifically. We have so much pain and suffering in this region. We are just normal, regular people. We are not people of power. We are not people who have the ability to make these decisions. We have elected officials who we are beseeching to end this tremendous pain and suffering in this neck of the woods.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.